Hello and welcome to the Art of Kicking Ass Elegantly TV, which is all about learning to kick ass elegantly in business, in fitness, in love and in life. Yes, I believe we can do it all and have it all, so long as we have the right plan and the right support. I'm your host, Michelle Hext. I've got my hair out today because I went to an event yesterday and I took lots of time to curl my hair. It takes a long time, so I'm going to keep rocking it for as long as it lasts. Even if I've been to the gym, I wore my hair like this to the gym. I did get a few looks, but what the hell. Today, I'm going to be chatting with you about a conversation that I had with a woman a little while ago, just about an hour ago, actually. It was a bit of a blast from the past conversation that reminded me of something so important, and I can't wait to share it with you. I'll see you on the other side. I met with a really amazing female entrepreneur friend of mine this morning, and the conversation turned to knowing when to quit. And we were having this conversation, and I'm of the belief that, you don't quit. And I shared with her a story from my past, and I'll get back to that in a minute. But I was basically saying, you just don't quit. You've just got to figure out the way. For me, it's not about quitting. It's about, okay, so what needs tweaking and which direction do I need to take this in to make it work? All that sort of stuff. So for me, it's always about tweaking and figuring shit out and not about quitting. And she said, sometimes, there are things that you do need to quit. Sometimes sometimes things just aren't going to work. And I thought about that for a moment and I said, yeah, you're right. But not us. We have been in this game for such a long time, and we know what works, and anything that we release out into the world is based on the fact that we know it's going to work. We know that perhaps along the way it's going to need some tweaking. So yes, I agree, sometimes there are things people launch and they need to quit because it's never going to work, but not us, because our intuition's too good. And she's thought for a moment and she said, you're right, you're actually right about that. And it was really interesting conversation and really good insight to have, and I think it was good for her to see that too, because, we do see stuff and you think, oh my God, someone's flogging a dead horse there. And I don't think I've ever been guilty of that, because my instincts have always been pretty good. Whatever I've really wanted to succeed always has, because it started from a place of, this deep knowing that it's going to work. Anyway, so the story that I shared with her is many years ago when I started my first full-time martial arts school. I'd hired this massive big factory, and so I had a massive martial arts floor. I had the logo painted all over the floor. It was amazing. I had my personal training studio at the back that was pretty cool. I had a treatment room where I was doing detox body wraps. Don't even ask me about that. Long story. I'll share it one day. But anyway, that was paying my rent essentially in the early days. And then I also had a few other bits and pieces going on. And I developed this program called Power Kick. And it was when Taebo was kind of in vogue, and I developed my own version of it because I knew martial arts schools needed to have something like this to attract more, mainstream fitness people into the martial arts arena, to get them into that, and then we can convert them into martial arts students. And so I developed this program, and it actually went on where I created a program, like an accredited program that martial arts instructors could purchase and then run in their program. Now, this is how old school this was. When they purchased it, I was selling it through ads in a martial arts magazine. And when they purchased, I had to physically post out a video cassette of the workouts, and there was also a physical manual as well. Like, there was no supporting website or anything like that. It was totally old school. Anyway, I loved that program. And so I started running it in my club, and, I would have 2 people turn up, and then I would have 6 people turn up, and then I would have no one turn up, and then I would have 1 person turn up, and then I would have 3 people turn up. And this went on for, I reckon, a couple of months. And at some point I was just thinking, what the hell? I don't need to be spending an extra hour here for nothing. The only thing that kept me going was the fact that I loved the class, and even if I had 1 person there, it was an extra training session for me. So I got to kick for another hour and I got to play for another hour, and that was fun for me. And it also kept me in really good shape. It was a pretty hardcore kind of program. Anyway, it almost happened overnight, but I had 12 people, 16 people, 18 people, and it kept going up. And then consistently, I was getting between 25 and 30 people every single class. And that's what made the difference for that club. So I had these classes running, I think it was 3 nights a week. Monday and Wednesday was strong, and Friday night was kind of hit or miss, but those other 2 nights were really strong. But I think even on a bad night, on a Friday night, there was maybe 12 people coming along. And then, a lot of those people converted into my martial arts program. But my martial arts memberships were my bread and butter. And these classes were just kind of bonus money. And I was having such a good time doing it. But I went from wanting to quit and thinking this isn't going to work to just persevering for whatever reason. And overnight, almost, I got to see that it was actually a success. It was going to be a success. It's just that it needed time and people needed to find out about it. And the memory that I have from that and the realization that I got from that in that time was, wow, I nearly quit and I would never have got to experience this. I would never have gotten to see just what a success that this could be. And so I've always been reminded of that. And anytime things have got a little bit tough or I've questioned things, I've always reminded myself, you don't quit, because remember what happened when you nearly quit. And then when you didn't, you had all of this success. So that was a really early lesson for me. That would have been about 98, 99 or something like that. And it's a lesson that stuck with me for life. So, if you're in the grind and you're persevering, if your gut is really truly telling you that this is the thing, don't quit. Look at the different things that you might need to tweak to make it the success that you're hoping for it. Maybe it's just time. Maybe it's just exposure, but maybe there's a number of things that you need to do to tweak the whole kit and caboodle so that it is more commercially viable. Anyway, whatever it is, do not quit unless you really need to, and that's a discussion for another day. But my intuition is usually that if you are a savvy female entrepreneur and you've had a level of success before and your intuition is strong, you're being guided by that, whatever it is that you are growing at the moment is the thing, and it just means that you need to find another way to get it to succeed. Anyway, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.